Uh, I absolutely agree with Zia's assessment that there is a growing risk from extremism under the Taliban in Afghanistan, and that developments in Afghanistan and the region may force it back up the agenda. When we look at the regional powers, I mean, I think anybody who's followed this is well aware that after seeing the US's willingness to do a deal with the US with the Taliban through the Doha Agreement, and then the Taliban's spectacularly successful leverage of that to topple the republic, all countries in the region adopted a policy of at least limited engagement with the Taliban. None of them was prepared to confront the Taliban. We've seen now almost some competition in deepening that engagement. In particular, some of that has been led by Russia, with at the very least the countries in the region have been willing to have diplomatic exchanges, with the exception of Russia, short of full recognition, and willingness to have at least limited economic exchange, exploiting sort of the vacuum led by those people some of the Western powers, which have been less willing to engage economically. However, and this is where I said come back to the Taliban approach. During the insurgency, the Taliban were spectacularly successful in exploiting opacity. They gave completely misleading indications around their intentions. Or you're well aware, 10 years of quite intense engagement, supposedly around a peace process, which the Taliban diplomats assigned to that process extremely expertly, created this convenient story of a reformed movement that, if as a consequence of Western military withdrawal, they had some role in government, of course, it would be greatly reformed. This was a myth which provided a convenient cover for those figures, essentially in the US administration, that wanted to preside over the US withdrawal. That provided the political cover. The story that the Taliban were prepared to engage in a political settlement, and if they did so, that they would not pose a threat. This, I would say, was a long strategic game by the Taliban.